lies? Have you uncovered what religion really is? Do you identify as an Alkebulan kidnapped? If so, then welcome to The Verdict, where we stand on facts over beliefs. Court is in session.
Court is in session. Yes, what it do, y'all? It's your brother, man, from the motherland, coming to you guys live from the NY, back with another one of that ROD pod, aka The Verdict Show, facts over beliefs, where we stand on the factual information, and we stand on factual information, not the beliefs, not the assertions, not the assumptions, or the wannabe European solutions. Round of applause for that. Turn this down just a little bit. Mic check. All right. Turning it down just a little bit before we start. You know how we do. Gotta give all honor and respect to the ancestors. Want to give honor and respect to the creators. Want to give honor and respect to the Alkebulan deities that hover over us, that is waiting for us to tap in so we can make these heathens tap out. Another round of applause. We're gonna have a phenomenal one today, guys. My apologies, setting up. As you guys can see, I've been working on the lights, got brand new lights, making sure that everything is copacetic for you guys. So when you guys do, hold on a minute. When you guys do get a chance to, watch this on a replay, you guys will get an understanding of, your brother man is out here. We working, you know what I'm saying? We working. I'm doing the content. My whiz is coming into the content world. We're just taking over the content, the whole content realm. It's our time, you heard? We're gonna have a good one. A lot of you guys don't know about the Zong Massacre. Zong Massacre that happened in Africa. I wanted to give you guys some information about that. It's going to be a presentation. We're not playing no videos today. It's definitely a presentation, long overdue. I'm supposed to give it to you guys last week, but last week I was in the plantation. And my apologies again for coming on this early. I like the 12 o'clock. Moving forward, we might just do the 12 o'clock due to the fact that I want to go outside, right? We're going to go watch the movie Sinners today. It's a beautiful day in NY. I want to go outside. I spent 10 plus years following the Euro-Christian ideology that kept me trapped in the closet like R. Kelly every Saturday. But it's over for that. You understand? We're going out. We're going to enjoy our times. We're going to connect with the people. We're going to connect with the land, connect with Mother Nature. And of course, we're going to connect back with the creators accordingly to the creators, right? So just wanted to just let that be known. You know what I mean? Moving forward, we're going to give 3 to 4 minutes for individuals to tune in. Then we're going to proceed to give you guys what you want. It's no longer catering to, the foolishness. This is all about, warriors. You know what I'm saying? This is warriors we're trying to build. We're not trying to, I'm not trying to feed people's ego. I'm not trying to tickle somebody's tummy. We're not here to do none of that. We're here to keep it straight to the point. Facts over feelings, facts over beliefs, facts over assumptions, insertions, and assumptions. You understand? So we on that type of time. But I want you guys to know about this right here. Why is my thing not working? Always something with this thing, boy. Hold on. Let me see something. Hold on, guys. always something with this joint, bro. The joint be getting me tight. So if I don't upload it, it's gonna turn off. I find that completely ridiculous, but it is what it is. All right, it's working. I got it to work, guys. All right, there we go. There we go. So, as you guys can see, I'm sharing my screen. Give me 2 seconds. Let me adjust. Let me adjust this camera view quick fast. This John got me leaning back like Fat Joe. Let me move it this way. Why is it doing that? Okay. All right, much better. Much better. Much better. Okay, yeah. So the Zong Massacre, a dark chapter in slavery's history. Now, some of you guys may not know about the Zong Massacre. I'm not expecting you to know about the Zong Massacre because here in America, you're never made to know about the atrocities that took place outside of America, right? So my job as a scholar and a teacher that's here to guide your path into pure righteousness, I have to tell you about these things because it seems like our people have forgotten. It seems like our people have forgotten. So since you have forgotten, let me be the one to be the rod, the ROD, to slap you upside your head. This is it right here. Let's go. Babe, you ever heard about the Zong Massacre? You never heard about it neither? Great. So the Wiz is about to get some education right now too, some barbecue chicken. You heard? So the Zong Massacre stands as one of the most horrific atrocities of the transatlantic slave trade. In the late 1781, this British slave ship, 3/4 crew members, 3 of the 4 crews threw over 130 enslaved Africans into the Atlantic Ocean to claim, listen carefully, people, to claim insurance money. This brutal event highlights the extreme of human cruelties embodied in the slave trade and expose this legal system. 3 out of 4% failures to protest the lives of Black individuals. This presentation unpacks the massacres, the legal battles, the key figures, okay, and the lasting impact on the abomination and historical memories. Remember, these people are trying to eradicate these events. They literally are trying to put these things in the archives. And let me give a gunshot salute to all the people that's on this social media that bringing forth useful information. You know, information that's not gonna make us run and try to get closer to the enemy, but information to remind us of who the enemy is, what they're capable of, and just a matter of time when this situation will occur again. This is why you see everybody's in an uproar. You see Black people all scared. You see white people all proud. Yeah, we got the Trump. He's here. Make America great again. Send these niggas back to their cage again. This is what they want. Will they get it? Who knows? Who knows? Until the Black man wakes up out of this coma, until the Black man wakes up out of this delusion, until the Black man wakes up out of this fairy tale, until the Black man wakes up out of this belief, until the Black man wakes up out of these assumptions, until the Black man wakes up from the lies. Ain't no telling if we're going to be able to prepare for what's to come. Because at this moment, and I don't want to get off topic, and I know we got a long day. Not too long, because I got to go. You understand? I have to go. Okay? We're going to enjoy this Saturday, beautiful weather, outside, in the street, watching movies. I'm saying it loud, so when the hecklers come on, you can say, he's going back into the world. Nigga, I never left the world. I just went inside your house and you wouldn't let me leave. Now that I kicked the doors down, raising the 4-4, they like, please, people, don't listen to Junior no more. But in all seriousness, the way that we're looking, people, the way that we're looking, from what I'm seeing outside in 2025, is not looking too good. We got a lot of work to do, but that's neither here nor there. Let us continue, guys. Let us continue. The journey and the atrocities, the departure, the conditions, and the massacre. So these are the three things I want you to pay attention to. The departure, where did it take place? When? In August 1781. Remember, this slavery ship is in full emotion already. Remember, 1611, the Bible was already compiled. By 1616, we was already in various locations being servitudes. You understand? So in August 1781, the Zong set sail from West Africa with 442 enslaved Africans, a number exceeded safe capacity. So they already knew it was too much, but they didn't give a damn, because this is what they do. Okay, this is the departure. Let's talk about the conditions, the cramped quarters. You got the disease, the malnutrition, and a reported water shortage plagued the journey. Now, remember this water shortage, people. I want you to remember the water shortage. We're gonna continue. Let's go. Massacre between November. Remember, they left in August. So it takes approximately 3 months to get from off ships from the west of Africa to the Caribbean, because it says between November 29th and December 1st, crew through at least 130 enslaved men, women, and children. Listen, let's bring this back. Enslaved men, women, and children overboard to conserve, this is what they said, to conserve water and claim insurance. Okay? Let us continue. Let's talk about the legal battles. Look, these people, this went to court. Check this out. And I'm gonna give you guys the in-depth version, because I broke it down, try to conserve time, but it seems like I got to give you more. Okay. It says the lawsuit, okay? The insurer's defense, the court rulings, right? The ship owners sued the insurance for compensation, claiming the killing saved the remaining cargo, okay? The insurance company refused payment, arguing the killing were unnecessary and fraudulent. So when you see the insurance frauds and scams and stuff like this, these things been going on for years, hundreds, thousands of years. This is how the rich get richer, right? That's what they say. The rich get richer and the poor gets poorer. It's because the foundation has never changed. The system has never changed. Shout out to Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar said something that was so phenomenal. You know what he said? He said that the difference between black people and white people, you see, white people wants power. Black people want money. And he said, you would see a white person worth $1 billion would never know unless he told you. But you see a black person worth $10 dressed like $1 million just so you can know. Because our objective and only thing that turns us on is having money. We thinking money is what's going to give us power. No, Money was created to keep the slaves contained and comfortable where it would not lead to an uprise. Because can you imagine? There's not enough artillery in the world, okay, to combat a city full of angry people. There's not enough artillery in the world. When people reach the state of red, blacking out, survival, there's nothing you can do. Listen, look, let me say this. Let me say this. For the Europeans, for the Make America Great, for go back into your land, go back to Africa, those motherfuckers, those niggas, let me talk to you for a minute. Listen, even though the conditions that you see out in the streets is the way that they are, yes, you're manipulating the minds of my people. I understand that. But one thing for certain, two things for sure. This is the difference between the black people and the Europeans. You see, the Europeans, when they black out, their red will never exceed our red. You know, the reason why black people endure so much is to prevent tapping into that red. Because we know what we are able to do when we tap into that red. You see what happened in Haiti? That was the Haitians tapping into that red. You see what happened? You see all the so-called rebellious things? Those were the individuals tapping into that red. So it's only going to be a matter of time before you tap brothers and sisters into that red again. It's only going to be a matter of time. And yes, there's going to be a lot of casualties, but it will be casualties on both ends. Don't get it twisted. Don't think of that. Oh, we don't listen. These people got all the things that they have in their arsenals. One thing that they don't have is the land. And when I mean the land, I'm talking about the universe. They don't have the land, and they don't have their ancestors nor the creators on their side. Okay? I just wanted to throw that out there. So let's talk about the court rulings. Right? The court rulings. Lord, what was it? Manifield ruled against the owners but treated the deaf. Listen. Ruled against the owners but treated the deaf as cargo loss and not criminal murder. Remember I said they threw over man, woman, and child, and the ruling labeled it as cargo loss and not murder. Let us continue. Now, some of you guys don't know about the Gregerson family. This was the man that owned that ship. This was the man that owned that ship. This was a man that was highly invested into the slave trade. The Garrison family. You should look it up. Let's read. Who were the Gregersons? Excuse me. Listen carefully, people. A Liverpool merchant family, okay, entrenched in the transatlantic slave trade and owners of the Zong. Remember the ship, right? It says finance. What did they do? They financed voyages and cargo, including enslaved Africans. Profited immediately from the triangular trade routes. Okay? William Gregson was a prominent figure and a former Liverpool mayor. Whoa. Liverpool's mayor was also invested into the slave trade. These are political leaders invested into the slave trade. Guess what? Guess who else was invested into the slave trade, guys? King James. Oh, King James, the one that you're proclaiming is the black man. Oh, he was highly invested. Go look at South Carolina, Virginia, North Carolina. I guarantee you, all these three places got one thing in common. All of it got a Jamestown. Every Jamestown that you see is honor and respect to King James. Remember, America is under the UK's political archives, whatever they call it, anarchy. They're under that. They're under that umbrella. Okay? 5% every year, 10% of all money from America must go back to UK. Facts. Look these things up. Right? Legacy, wealth, and controversy. The family amassed significant wealth from what? Slavery, symbolizing the brutal corporate greed that sustained slavery. Continued economic influence in Liverpool's growth. What else is in Liverpool? You know, Liverpool got their own soccer team. Now that I know about this, I would never pick Liverpool again. Ever. Never cheer for them, never support it. Matter of fact, F all sports. Because it's another slavery upon our people. Right? Right? Modern Garrison hold various professional roles in the UK through direct lineage connected are uncertain. That's what they want you to believe. But I'm going to show you guys, please, people, I'm going to show you who these people are. Public outrage and the abolistic response. The abolistic activism. Okay? Figures, hold on, let me move this. There we go. Figures like Odia Aquino and Granville Sharp exposed the massacres, horrors to the Glavian public opinion, legal challenge, attempted to persecute the crew for murder failed, but the cast fueled the abomination, I can't say these words, okay? Movement, all right? The impact on movement. The massacre became a rally, okay? It became a rallying for feeding to the 1807 British abomination of the transatlantic slave trade. Okay? And the only reason why they so-called abolished it was because they already got what they needed. They got the areas, they renamed the areas, they got people following the Bible, they got the people believing in Jesus, they got the people submerging Alkebulan cultures and histories. They got us merging it with Christianity and Islam and all the Judaism and all the foolishness you can imagine. Us. Systematic injustice revealed. Number one, the humanity denied. British law treated the enslaved Africans as cargo, denying their what? Their presenthood and rights. You are cargo. 2025, they changed the word cargo to property. Every time you have a child and your child bears that last name, whether it's Johnson, Williamson, William, David, etc., every time your child bears that last name and your child is born and you sign on that dotted line, all right, for their birth certificate and social security, these people that carry your last, that gave you that last name, gets a percentage. And we're not talking, listen carefully, people. We're not talking about the percentage like wages as you get older, you get a job. No. Off the gate. Your Social Security is connected to the Federal Reserve banking system. Every single person that's walking on this earth right now, depending on the slave house you come from. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Depending on the slave house you come from, every single person is worth over something $1 million. Every single person. The wages that you're getting out of your paycheck is literally your money. You think your job is paying you? You really think your job? Think about this. How many of you guys got jobs? Let's just say you work in retail. Let's just say you work in retail. And you work at a job and you know for a fact that they don't generate money, but yet remains open, but yet still have stores left to right, franchise of stores. You know why? Because they don't have to pay you. See, they pay you less, right? If I say I'm giving you $20 an hour, right? But yet I'm charging this much according to what they wrote down on the paper. This is why you get a salary. Your salary might be $50,000. They're taking $50K out of your money that's in the Federal Reserves, and they pay you off. They give you your $50K. They might take $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. Some corporations take millions of dollars. Some corporations will take $500,000. Yeah. They'll take $500,000 and tell you that we got you on the contract. Let's just say you making $100K a year. You guys don't know what's going on. And you know the sad thing is, now that we waking up and we trying to tap into that, they're not letting us. They're making it so hard. They're like, yo, how you know? Who told you this? And we being the ratatouilles that we are, oh yeah, I seen this on TikTok and that. Nah, so now they're looking to go investigate. Okay? Profit over lives. Insurance policies, right? I can't even incentivize deadly acts. Insensitize deadly acts of this possibilities and greed, right? Legal failures. The court framed mass murderers as a business despite reforming systematic oppression. Okay? They stepped away from the mass murderers and made it a business dispute to talk about foolishness. Like, yeah, I get it, man. But we're not going to say that they murdered people. It just was lost cargo. And it's good. Listen, we got all day. Look at the times, the modern day significance and remembrance, the 18th century. The massacre and the subsequent trial respond legal and moral failures of the era. 1807, the British abominated, let's just call it that, of the transatlantic slave trade, partly driven by the outrage from the Zong revelations. Oh, it's raining hard. Modern day recognition, okay? Growing historical. Yo, man, it's raining hard, you heard? I gotta take off these glasses to see. Growing historical reckoning, including memorials, scholarships, and discussions on reparations and systematic racism. Now, again, I tell you guys this over and over and over and over and over again. We don't want no reparations. Reparation is too late for that. We don't want no reparations. What we want, what we demand is a complete separation from you guys. Meaning, we go left, you go right. You go right, we go left. You said this is your land, go back to Africa, allow us to go back to Africa, and you keep this land. And for all you niggas that want to stay here, you stay here. Because the only reason why you're claiming here is because for two reasons. You've been here and this is all you know. And for two, the system has made America so comfortable to live. It's like, why would I want to leave this? I want to own this because it's been documented that this shit is mine. That's it. Knowing even prior, before the slave, before us, the people got here, bro. You guys was in teepees and canoes, man. You telling me the teepees and the canoes is the one that civilized America? Stop the madness. Stop the madness. Teepees and canoes, guys. Do you know what a teepee and a canoe is? Do you know how small these things are? How does these small liking things, people that like these small liking things, all of a sudden is creating big buildings, highways? No. All of this came from the hands of the Alkebulan kidnaps. Facts. Huh? Key takeaways in the continuing lesson. Humanity must prevail. All right, this is what they're teaching us. Humanity must prevail. We must get over this. No, it's over for that. You cannot listen. Look, people. I gotta put my glasses on. Look, people. You cannot do heinous animal bullshit and then expect us to operate and say this behavior is something that we should not have. No. Like I say to everybody, the minute shackles came around your neck, the minute that you was dragged out your land, the minute you was put on a ship like a can of sardines, the minute that you know family members was thrown off the water, thrown off the ship for insurance fraud, when you see these things, when you know that these things occur, bro, check this out, man. We ain't here to play with none of that. You understand? Like, you're not about to come tell us that we need to change when we know for a fact that you did heinous things like this. Now, I know you guys are investing millions and billions of dollars to distract, to corrupt, to convert the minds, whether it's to their religion or their Euro-Christian ideology. But in reality, niggas like myself, the real mandem, the real people that's really about pure pro-black, we ain't gonna forget that. There's a song right now, guys. If you go on Apple, type in Slavery Days, man. It's a nice reggae song, man. Type that in. Watch it. Learn something. Okay? It says legally failure catalyze let me see that. Let me see. Abomination, but highlights the need for ongoing vigilance against injustice, legal and awareness, remembering the massacre inform modern struggles for racial justice and reparations worldwide. Again, we don't want no reparations. We're not looking for no social justice. Because there will never be social justice. Ever. Anything a European do to a Alkebulan kidnap, I promise you, if their money is right, if they know the right person, they will find something to justify why this person did that, why this person should not go to jail, and why this person should still be eating, living, chilling, and doing everything well. Facts. And mind you, these are the same people that's giving you these ideologies, that's giving you these stories, that's giving you these biblos, that's giving you this. Check this out. Hold it right here so you guys can see. Okay? Okay? What is King James doing with the 33. I know. Let us continue. Tracing the Gregerson lineage today. Complete ancestors, the complete ancestry. The Garrison surname is common in Liverpool, but direct connection to the 18th century family requires detailed genealogical research, including Parsh records and wills. Okay? Challenge in researching document gaps and surnames propitiate complicate clear lineage links, emphasizing the importance of professional genealogical methods and DNA analysts for accuracy. Okay? Local historians and family members continue to explore historical ties, blending the archival records and the modern tools to illuminate families' heritage. Don't listen to everything that they tell you. This is all lies. Okay? All lies. I leave these things there because I want you to remember where you're at. I want you to remember where you're at. It seems like you niggas forgot where you're at. It seems like you guys still measure yourself by the pupils and the philosophies of the enemy. You guys, not me, you. Let us continue. Modern Gregerson, this is the modern Gregersons right here. How about we start with Adele Gregerson, leadership in festival business, okay? The Adele brings over decades of industry experience leading the Christmas company in Liverpool and Lancashire with expertise in festivized decorations and operation management. The Christmas company is known for creative seasonal installations catering to both commercial and private clients, standing as a local success under the Adele's direction. So here's one of the children that's benefiting off this madness. One of the children. Okay? David Gregerson. Okay? The expertise in wealth management. Okay? David Garrison offered tailored investment solution for a broad client base, including business owners and sports professionals throughout the Evelyn partners. So that means this man got ties. He's managing athletes, movie stars, entrepreneurs. Oh, he's the guy. Him. Okay? His approach balance risk and growth, manage private, corporate, charitable investments with insights refined over years of service. David's work support Liverpool's financial sectors, contributing to the city's reputation as a growing business hub. Okay? Okay? The diverse portfolios. Okay? These people know exactly what they're doing, guys. Hide the wealth. Hide the wealth. Create things like festivals to cater. These probably the ones that's catering the Queen Elizabeth parties, catering the P. Diddy parties, catering. I forgot that lady name. That's, you know what I'm saying, that Jay-Z loved being around, and she was cutting her body one time, and it's supposedly fake, and she's over here. That's what you call witchcraft. That's what you call demonic. That's what you call evil. That's what you call European. This is what you call their history, their traditions, their customs. That's that. And all of what she's doing is connected to the Biblos, because only the Biblos talk about the devil, hell, what the devil's going to do, what hell is going to look like, what hell is going to be like. It has to come from them. So now when I see people be like, look, he throwing up the horns, I'm like, man, how many, every single one of you guys throwing up the horn? When you do this, this is the horn. I forgot what the peace sign stands for. This is the horn. You do this, this is a horn. Okay? Anything with two going up, it's a horn. Horn, 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 horn. When you see them on them going like this, these are horns. All of this is hand symbols, horns. You're not gonna go to hell because you put up a goddamn symbol sign. You're going to get what you get. Because I don't want to say the word hell, because hell is not real. Facts. Hell is a mystical story that was literally created by the Greeks and the Romans. That has nothing to do with Alkebulan. Alkebulans don't have no understanding of what hell is. We knew what happens to us when we die. We lost that when they gave us Christianity. We lost that when they gave us Islam. We lost that when we started associating the creators, the Alkebulan names with the Biblos. We lost that. We got black people talking about, we got to keep, look, the feast days. These same people that keep the feast days, the next day, they be like, all right, bro, you kept the feast days. How did the creators repay you back? How? Well, my brother, you know, we just waiting for the kingdom, my guy. You know what I'm saying? We just waiting to get into the kingdom, bro. You just got to keep doing what you're doing, bro. You got to just keep being righteous, keep doing this, keep doing that. And it's like, yo, bro, I see where this is going, right? Let us continue. Oh, did I overskip this? Yes. Now, this right here, this is the daughter. Now, my bad. Damn, I thought I moved it. It's different when I'm putting it together on my Canva, but damn, this joint really not moving. All right. Well, this lady right here, she's invested into the food industry. Okay. She said revenue growth management at the Princesses Limited base in what? And the Gresham era. Specialization. Focus on strategies to increase market shares, opportunity, competitive UK food and the drink industry. Princess Limited as a key player, right? Nationally, where Megan's, I can't see it because damn. Hold on, let me see if I can pull up the original one. Give me a second, guys. Pull up the original one. I don't know why it's making that noise. Let me pull up the original one. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, it's right here. So it said she specialized. Hold on. Okay, there, perfect. Her specialization focus on strategies to increase market shares and optimize sales in the competitive UK food and drinking industry. Princess Limited is a key player nationally where Megan's work support sustained business development and regional employment. Okay? Now, we got one that's secretly doing things allegedly, by the way, allegedly is secretly hosting and conducting Christmas events, and then you got this one dealing with the food industry, and then you got the other one dealing with the stocks and bonds. Now, what does all of these things got in common with the slave trade? What does all of this have in common with the child trafficking, sex trafficking? All of it. What better way to hide it under food industry? What better way to hide it under catering, right? Catering. What better way to hide it under financial this? What better way to hide it under? Yes. What better way to hide it under beliefs? Yeah. I know. Trust me, guys. I know exactly what you guys are going through. Okay? Summary and reflections on the Garrison's family and narrative. The Garrison family involvement in the 18th century Liverpool commerce and the slave trade reflects complex and difficult history important to acknowledge and study. The contemporary diversity. Today, Garrison has diversified into business, finance, and growth management, contribute possibly to the Liverpool community and beyond. Ongoing research, understanding family lineage remains ongoing, blending historical records with modern genealogy to connect past and present. Okay? Past and present. Now, why do I bring this up? Why did I decide to have a conversation about this? Because what you guys are witnessing is a group of people reaping the benefits of the bloodshed, tears, misery, and suffering, or for children, or for women, or for men. Families have been destroyed under these people's guidelines. Spiritual beliefs has been destroyed under these people's guidelines. We have lost ourselves completely under these people's guidelines. And all of this is intentional. All of it is intentional. And I got so much information. Matter of fact, well, what time is it? Only 1:27? All right. 1:27. That means I've been with you guys for approximately an hour now. Let me give you some more. Let me give you guys some more stuff to, think about. Hold on. Is it this one right here? All right. So the next person I want to talk about the Luke Colonial Wood. Let me make sure I'm saying it right.
Luke Collinwood.
Okay, so his name was Luke Collinwood, the captain of the Zong slave ship. Now I didn't put the slides together for this, so I'm just gonna read it to you guys, and you guys can just do your homework. tired, guys. I've been up since 3 o'clock, and I've literally been asleep. I literally got all together for 2 days, probably like 4 hours sleep, 4 to 5 hours sleep. But let's go. Who is Luke Collingwood? Luke Collingwood was a British surgeon who became a slave ship captain in the 18th century. This man was a surgeon, so he was already intrigued with the dismantling and the combobulating and the violating of black people. He was a surgeon. We talking about the time when there was no anesthesia, nothing like that. There was no such thing as anesthesia. There was none of these. These was people who was just literally doing experiments, surgeries on black people, trying to find whatever they wanted to find for themselves. Let's continue. Right? Before the captain of the Zong, he worked as a ship surgeon on the slaving voyages, meaning he was responsible, listen carefully, he was responsible for the medical care of the enslaved Africans during the brutal Middle Passage across the Atlantic, which means that he didn't give a shit about these niggas. This is not me saying this, guys. This is not me saying this. This is right here. You can look this stuff up. Okay? It says, in those days, surgeons on slave ships, listen carefully. It says, in those days, surgeons on slave ships were not focused on healing for the sake of health. Their job was to keep the enslaved Africans alive just long enough to sell them for maximum profit once they reach the Americas. So his job wasn't to give nothing, give 2 sugar honey iced teas about you, but I'm going to keep you alive long enough to sell you and get the highest bidder. I cannot make this stuff up, guys. Oh. And his role in the Zong. In 1878, Collingwood became the captain of the Zong, owned by Liverpool syndicate that indicate the Garrison family. This was his first and only voyage as a captain. Under his command, the Zong set sail from the coast of West Africa, modern-day Ghana, with 442 enslaved Africans, way more than the ship could handle. It was grossly overcrowded. Conditions on borders were horrific. People chained below deck, lack of fresh air, rapid spread of diseases, and very little food or clean water. In November 1781, as the ship neared the Caribbean, Collingwood ordered over 130 enslaved Africans to be thrown overboard. Why? Why did he order such a thing? He claimed that there was a water shortage and that killing part of the cargo was necessary to save the rest. Okay? It says the truth later evidence showed there was no real water shortage. Collingwood and the crew made a decision based on financial reasons, racial reasons, you name it, they claim it. This is what they was doing. It says under maritime insurance laws at the time, if enslaved people died of diseases or natural causes, they were not insured. Okay? So under their guidelines, if you died from a disease, it's similar to what it is now. Oh my jeez, bro. These people don't even see what's going on. Bro, even if you see it now, try to get insurance. The insurance lady or man or whoever will come to your house, sit down and talk to you, ask you a few questions. Based on your answers, determines if you receive insurance or not. Every insurance policy that you have applied for asks you these questions. This is facts. Again, this is facts over beliefs. Okay? It says, however, if they was just thrown overboard to save the ship during an emergency, the ship owner could claim insurance money for their loss. So if I throw these niggas overboard and I tell them that we did that because we was in not a state of emergency, right, but a ship of emergency, right? I now can get money for killing men, women, and child. And you're going to tell me that the same, if I look up what these people believe in, if I'm lying, I'm flying. I promise you it's going to fall in line with the Abrahamic religions. The 3 Abrahamic religions, I promise you, is going to fall there. You know why? Because this religion teaches this madness and justifies it. Okay? It says under the maritime insurance law at the time, people that died. Okay, we read that. It says the Collingwood essentially murdered the enslaved Africans to protect and gain profit. Okay? Now let me show you how their ancestors operate. This man's death. It says Luke Collingwood died shortly after the Zong reached Jamaica in December 1781. Some accounts say he died of illness, possibly related to the terrible conditions on the ship, the same condition he helped create. And he never faced trial or justice for what he did. Okay? Why Luke Collinswood matters in history. He is the central figure responsible for the Zong Massacre, which he's not. He's not it. No. James Gregson is it. Him. He's it. He's the foundation, the money. Okay? And if you could afford those type of boats back in the days, you had to be a big shot. And homie was a big shot. Right? It says his actions highlight the horrific dehumanization of black people under the slave trade, treating human beings as disposable cargo, because that's just what we are. You are property. You are not you are an Alkebulan kidnap, but the kidnap has been removed and you just an Alkebulan property. They know that. You know that too. All of us know this actually, but we rather, listen carefully people, we rather be under their control than be all alone. Facts. We know this. The massacre under his command helped ignite the British abomination movement, as abominationists used the Zong case to express the horrors of the slave trade. Again, all of this occurred after they got what they want, after they got what they need, after they saw and took what they needed to take. Okay? Let's continue. It says the counting wood is a reminder that many people in the slave trade were not monsters in the obvious sense, but ordinary men, surgeons, captains, merchants who participated in mass murder for the financial gain without any sense of morality. Okay? Yes, he was a monster. Yes, he was inhumane. Yes, he deserved to die. I'm happy he's seen, and I won't even say the upper room. I'm just happy he was just gone. $1 mela. Why did I $1 mela? $1 mela. Yeah. Why did I $1 mela? Huh? These was mass murderers, bro. Let me have did anything in that nature. You would never hear them say, well, they just ordinary men. You would never hear that associated with a black man. Let a black man commit a crime. Even if it was of self-defense, they would say, well, we got some information about this brother, and he used to be an old gang member. He was an old this, he was old that. So, of course, this is what they do. It's always about demonizing the black man and uplifting and upholding and supporting and protecting the European. Now, a lot of people may see like, yo, June, son, it seems like you got issues with Europeans. I don't got no issues with Europeans, bro. I love my Europeans. I love all my Europeans. I love all my people, bro. I love anybody that loves me. I respect anybody that respects me. I'm never here to step on nobody's toes. I'm not here to do that. But I am going to tell you the facts. I am going to tell you the facts. Not the truth, because there's no truth on this earth. But I will tell you the facts. And I know how these people operate. I know how they function. I know how they view life, bro. You understand? I went to school around them my entire life. I didn't go into an all-black school. I went to a diverse school, which was, let's just say the percentage of Europeans outweigh the percentage of black people. And I was in their community. We dealt with racism head on. We dealt with the disrespect head on. You see, me, I don't forget none of these things. I don't believe in turning a new leaf. You go ahead and turn another leaf. If you're listen, people, listen. If you're turning a new leaf, right? You're turning a new leaf. If you're turning a new leaf, that means you need to turn the new laws. You need to turn the wealth. You need to turn everything. If we're turning a new leaf. The only time we're told to turn a new leaf is when it comes to slavery. Anytime outside of what I'm saying is considered, yo, bro, you got to get over that. It is what it is. And to a degree, you are right. We as black people need to get over the atrocities and the wickedness and evil. But we also, in order for us to get over it the way that they want us to, we also still got to put a reminder of who they are and what they're capable of. You would never, ever in life, ever see me walk down the aisle and say I do to a Euro. Ever in life. Never, ever. Zero. You would never see my son, my daughter. No, ever in life. Forbidden. Forbidden. Why is it forbidden, Jones? Because I know why they're doing this. They're not doing this because they love and they just so hurtful of what happened to us and they just want to be one with us. Was one big family. You put your slavery on top of a me. They want to create a big family. It's not because of that. It's about survival, bro. All of this is about survival. I just seen something the other day. They said the rays that's in the sun is getting so hot that if your melanin is not up to par, you might get burned even more. I'm just saying. So when I hear people like William Gates of hell, When I hear him talk his nonsense, it's like, yeah, they want to block the sun. These dumb motherfuckers don't know when you block the sun, the party done. You block the sun, the party done. I don't care what technology you think you have. I don't care what underground bunkers you think you have. Nigga, the entire world is done, bro. Okay? You want to be Mr. Superman, Mr. Pinky in the Brain? Just know, when you try to do that, if you was ever to achieve and succeed with this nonsense, you will be destroyed. The entire world will be finished. Okay? Let me see if I can pull up some more for you. Huh? That's it, guys. That's it, guys. But again, you know what I'm saying? I tell you guys these things for a reason. I bring forth this information for a reason, because everything that we have been told has been a lie. The real situations they keeping from us, the real problems, they're not allowing us to cause to have the solution, because they are the problem. And the only solution that we need is total separation. I mean, total separation. 190%. That's how serious we need to be removed from these people, because we lost our way. We don't know who we are no more. We don't know what to stand on. We're standing on nothing black, bro. I don't care what you're telling me. You're standing on nothing black, bro. You're standing on Euro-Christian ideologies, Euro-Christian philosophies, Euro-Christian beliefs, insertions, assumptions, mystical stories. That's what you're standing on. We're standing on nothing black. Because if we were standing on something black, the minute somebody got out of line and disrespect the black, we would have attacked. We have yet to attack. You know why we can't? Because we don't even know where to start. Because we're standing on nothing black. Facts. Facts. We standing on nothing black. That's why we hijacked. That's why we're kidnapped. That's why we're violated. Listen, the Alkebulan kidnapped. The kidnap did not be in full effect until they converted us into their ideology. A lot of these people will tell you that the Islamic slave trade came first. Well, let me take that back. A lot of people would say that Islam was the first religion forced upon the Africans, and it wasn't. It was Christianity. It was Christianity. These people been working. Hold on. Well, my gavel. Bang the gavel on you, heathens. Oh, they've been working. Think about it. Matter of fact, don't even think about it. Go do your homework. Go do your homework. For you black people that's running around saying Christianity and Christianity started in Ethiopia, the Black Bible. My guy, please, I beg you, just go do your homework. Matter of fact, I got an old video. Go look into the playlist, look into the December conversations or the Sabbath talk. I don't know which one I put it in. Look this up. And you're going to see, because they removed it off the internet. The moment I came out and exposed this, it was all removed. You can't find it in Britannica. You can't find it in the encyclopedia. You can't find these things in nothing, zero, completely finished, finito. Why? Because Jones is the one putting my foot, my big toe on these niggas' necks. They like, yo, how is he finding this? Where is he getting this information from? It's the ancestors that's doing it. I'm not doing nothing, bro. I sit back and I watch and I wait for the ancestors to give me something. I'll wait for the creators to say, he's ready for this information right now. I'm waiting for it. And when I get it, I do my due diligence. I do my homework. I look into it. I say, hey, I need this. Let me look into that. Let me go, Let me go on Chat GPT. Let me get all this information that I need. So when that time comes for me to present that to you, and then you're going to get the little hecklers and all of these little trained agents that come on these people's page to talk pure bullshit, I have it prepared for you. So for the person that said, oh, you don't know your history, my brother, Christianity started in Ethiopia. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. The person that wrote the Bible, okay? Matter of fact, let me see if I can look it up. Hold on. Let me see if I can look this up on my phone. I'm going to show you guys this. Hold on. Give me a second. You see? Ethiopia Bible in 14 days. Watch this. Now, I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna show this. Let me share my screen so you guys know that I don't be playing when I be saying the things that I be saying. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you right now. Right now. Check this out. Is this the share screen button? All right. I'll put this right here. Let me put this on custom. All right. What does this say? I'm sharing my screen with you guys. Who wrote the Ethiopian Bible in 14 days? Look what it says right after I wrote that. Something went wrong. Huh? I know. Now that I'm sharing my screen, I'm going to click it on real time so you guys can see it with me. Okay? All right? Okay? You see? You see how they're not going to talk? What's another co-pilot? Okay. You guys are watching me share my screen, right? You guys are paying it. You guys are tagging along. There you go. Okay. Abba Gurmason. Gurmia. That's his name. Abba Gurmia. Okay. This is the man. Let's go look up DuckDuckGo. Okay. This is the man that wrote your Ethiopian Bible. This is the man that brought Christianity. Him and his look. Remember I told you he was a Byzantine king? Look, let's read. Look, let's read. Abba Gurma, also known as Abba Yasuk. Let's not butcher his name, right? Let's let the computer say it.
Abba Yashik.
Abba Yashik. Abba Yashik. Why it sound so Hebrew? Why is an Ethiopian man with a Hebrew name? Abba Yashik. That sounds like a Jewish. That sounds Jewish. This is Jewish. And a man them supposed to be a black man, right? Don't worry. Let's continue. Because I'm sick and tired of this madness. You guys be talking way too much and don't know what you're talking about. But no problems. Cool. Okay. Late 1400, early 1500 was one of the 9 saints. Remember I told you the numbers. 9. If you know Freemasonry and you know they numerological breakdown, you know that 9 is the primary number, right? Nothing exceeds 9, right? So when you see 666, right? Or 333 equals what? Equals 9, right? The three heads, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, the 3 religions, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, right? The three pillars of characters, right? You get Abram, Isaac, and Jacob, right? Those are the 3 pillars of the characters within the Bible. Okay, Abram, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember, the father, when you listen to these niggas talk, they'll be like, the father, the Lord of Abram, Isaac, and Isaac, and Jacob. Why? Why is 3? Why can't it be the God of Abram, Isaac, and Adam? Why Adam is not included? Why Adam, when you see the story of Adam, right? After Cain got kicked out and Abel died and Steph was born, the story goes from what? It was Cain, it was you hear me? Cain, it was Adam, Eve, Steph. 3, always 3. I can't keep explaining this to you guys, and it goes on. But let's continue, right? About him, it was written in the late 15th century in the book of Acts, composed at the end of Gormia by a bishop, Johanna, which is John, right? Johann, right? Carlo Contiso Rosani. Okay, these are all Europeans. Nothing to do with Alkebulan, nothing to do with African people. Let's go down to his life. According to the hypographical life, his father was who? Massaphenios, king of Rum. King of Rum. His father was the king of Rum. Okay. Let's go back. No, we moving too fast, brethren. You're gone too far, Biggs. Biggs. Slow down. Let me make sure I say his name right. Masfenianos, right? King of Rum. Now let's see. Let's look up King of Rum. Let's look up King of Rum. Huh? Let's look at the King of Rum. Look at the location of the King of Rum. This is for you dumb niggas that always thinking that you know what you know, you don't know what you're talking about. Let me show it to you. What is this? What is this? This looks like Europe, Mediterranean Sea, the Black Sea, the Constantina, the Burgerus, the Constantinopla. Remember I told you? Matter of fact, I'm not even going to say. Let's just read. Look at it. Byzantine Empire, Solentine of Rome, okay? Him and Constantine are related, okay? Through marriage, okay? This is the original name of Germany, okay? You see where it's located? Okay? 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 Turkey in Asia. This is where they at. Okay? All right. Cool. Look. Let's read that. Let's read that. You know, he came from Africa. Africa, you know, Christianity started off in Africa. It's our story. Ethiopian Bible. Look, let's read. It says, after his father's death, he became king for 7 years. After which Abba Penguquan summoned him. So his cousin, right, who's already established and was a Christian monk who is traditionally credited with the founding the Fotuwa missionary and location on the top of the Maui Kwab Hill, northwest of the Anax in Tagori, Ethiopia. He is the one of the members of the group known as the Nine Saints. Okay, stop. You don't know what you guys are talking about, but let us continue. Okay, it says afterwards, Abba Gurmasin established a monastery at Madura, where he stayed for about 20 years. At Madura, he was a wonder worker who exorcised demons and performed miracles for the sick. Gama died on the 17th or 24th June 24th. I guess, I don't know, 1700? I don't know what that means, but okay. But again, here comes the lies, right? There's no historical evidence or proof of this man exorcists demons and performing miracles. That's another question I got for you Christians. Damn, homie, you niggas been following Jesus for how many years and nobody can move a mountain? Nobody should be healing? Listen, all you Hebrew Israelites, the way that you be yapping your mouths outside, you should be outside saying, you want to follow me? This is the way. And when your hand touches that person, say that person couldn't walk and he was in a wheelchair, that person should stand up and be walking. But you niggas can't do that. Matter of fact, none of you niggas can do this. None of y'all. I don't care if you are a female priestess, a male priest. None of you guys is moving no mountains. None of you guys. The Bible says that you should do greater works than me. Oh, you guys ain't doing that. The ones that he said would do greater works than him, those are the Europeans, and they did the greater works, people. Oh, they did the greater works. Well, let me bang the gavel on these heathens. Let me bang the gavel. Hold on. They did greater works, guys. What's taking so long? They did greater works. Do your homework. I'm tired. After today, I'm not doing this no more. When you say something to me and I give you a response, that's all you're getting. You're not getting none of my time for this. Because I'm supposed to be getting ready. I want to go watch the movie Sinners. I got to put my clothes on. I got to look my best. No stress. Forever blessed. No, I ain't even blessed, my nigga. Are you crazy? I pass all tests. And I do it with my cool, calm, and collective. You corner the Lexus. You heathens, heathenites, Israelites, Bantu nights. Wherever night you want to be, you're going to respect it. Don't matter to me. You heard? Facts. About to start slapping individuals because a lot of you guys need a beating because you're doing too much. You're doing way too much. You're doing way too much to uphold Euro-Christian ideologies that goes against who you are as black men and black women. I'm not here to argue and prove that Euro-Christian ideology is this, is that. I'm not doing none of that. You want to stand on the foolishness? Stand on that. But don't come tell me, I don't know what I'm talking about or I don't know history when clearly I'm showing you that I know exactly what I'm talking about. Clearly, I know what I'm doing. Clearly, everything that I'm saying can be proven. Everything that you guys are saying always falls under the guidelines of belief. Period. You understand? So again, people, when the man them talking the foo, tell them get they stats right before they come outside and come bother me. You understand? Oh, hold on. Now I gotta take this joint out. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Yeah. All right. Before they come bother you, they come bother me. Just go do your history, man. Go do your homework. Stop listening to these people. Stop listening to the lies. Stop listening to the confusion. Stop listening to the diversion. Stop listening to the assumptions. Stop listening to the assumptions into these. But stop. We are grown. We are grown men and women. Things is real. Things is about to hit the fan. Come this October, it's about to get real turned up. Stack your bread. Stay righteous. Find your path. Connect back to your ancestors, bro. Connect back into your ways, your customs, people. Connect back. Your connection has nothing to do. You're never going to connect to who you are through this. Ever in life. You will be a dumbass if you really believe that this is going to be the one to change your life. Never. If it did, if this was as powerful as they say it is, it would have been removed a long time ago. If this is as powerful as they say it is, and you guys are fully invested, you guys should be healing and moving people. Your prayers should be heard. Your prayers should be honored. Your prayers should be respected. Everything should be going in line for you, but it don't, because it's a lie. It does not exist. It never happened. These are lies. This is about control. This is about bringing this story in complete control over the masses worldwide. This is why you see what the Pope did. You see the funeral for the Pope? Should I show you that too? We're not going to do that. We leave that for the next time. But again, let me see if you guys left any comments before I depart out of this. Again, he said, Yaku created the white man, but why? Listen, I don't know why the white man was created. I don't know if Yakub created the white. We don't know none of that. Anything that's coming from the stories or the ideologies out of their mouth, I'm not taking it for truth. Anything that's occultist, they like, when you come in line with these religious things, whether you Hebrew, whether you Bantu, you always gotta promote some level of racism where they this and that and that. Listen, they don't know. The niggas that's giving you these stories, they don't know. These people do not go anywhere outside from their house to their cars to the front of their computer to talk nonsense. Okay? Somebody like myself, I'm outside, I'm in tune, I'm asking questions, I'm speaking to people, I'm all in people's space all the time. You know why? Because I really want to know what the heck is going on. Okay? You said people forget, man. Why do people forget? People forget because there's distractions. Why would you want to think about such a horrific things when you getting money, you driving nice cars, you sleeping with all the beautiful women? Why? What is there to think about slavery? Because America is so great. I want to be here for the rest of my life. Who owned the slave ships? James Germerson. That's who owned the slave ship. It said it's not really tapping into that red. It's this whole lack of self-control. Absolutely. Oh, shout out to Black Girl Magic. Peter North, man. I like what you're talking about, man. We need maybe we gotta have a more pseudo conversation. If you have Instagram, ROD podcast, man, and let's have a conversation. I will definitely, you know what I'm saying? I listen. I'm open to every conversation that there is. You know what I'm saying? But at the end, it's prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Anytime, sis, you can watch it whenever you want. You can watch it whenever you want, sis. These people definitely won't let up. Why let up? Our people don't want to let up. Our people don't want to let go. These people don't want to let go. We don't want to let go. We like the conditions that we in. We like somebody navigating our lives. We like somebody having complete control of our lives. Look at what's going on here in New York, bro. The fact that these people said, listen, I am going to charge you to maneuver in your own state is absurd to me, bro. The fact that you have to pay to maneuver in your own state is absurd to me. Absurd. But this is what comes when you stand on nothing. This is what comes when your foundation is not a foundation of Alkebulan. Yes, it's affected everybody. Yes, it is. But guess who it affects even more? The black and brown. Because we don't have the money to keep paying for no $18, $20 tolls every time we gotta go to the city. That's absurd. That is absurd. And the fact that a conversation like that occurred lets you know where we at as people. Let you know where we at as a country. Excuse me, as a corporation, because it's just business. That's why when they fire your ass, it's just business. That's why if I was LeBron James and I'm taking my channel to South Beach, they're going to say, why would you do that? Simple. It's just business. And when black people start realizing that it's just business, that it's not about love, it's not about unity, it's not about, brotherhood, there's none of that. All of it is a business. These religions is a business. It's not about love. It's not about unity. It's not about a community. It's about a business. I guarantee you, no matter what organization it is, there's going to be a conversation of sliding through some money. Because these things are what? It's a business. America is a business. This is a corporation. This is an org. This is an organization. America, when you go look at the paperwork under America, it's an organization, a nonprofit organization that was put together by who? The United Kingdom. Who gets the PC out of every employee? Them. Who's the board members? That's your Congress. Who's the chief? Who's the chief commander? The president. Who does the president and the commander have to answer to? The UK officials. At one point it was, what's her name? The Demon Elizabeth. Okay? And when that witch died, it was over. It was like, all right, who's the next one in charge? Then they wanted to give it to the son, but the son is too incompetent. The nigga is super slow. You see how they look? These niggas look retarded. And this is why I get so pissed off. It's like, how the heck did we allow these weaklings to be the ones to rule over us? Nigga, we should have all just died, bro. We should have turned it up to the point where, nigga, the entire black race was just fighting. We should have all just died, bro. There's no way we sitting back watching 300, 400, black people get put on a ship and everybody just sitting there still crying. Nigga, as soon as they got close to me, nigga, I'm biting ears off. Nigga, we should have been Mike Tyson, nigga. You know you about to die. You might as well go out with a bang. The heck? You telling me you were still singing, we shall overcome. That's what you were saying? You niggas, so I guess the Negro spiritual started with the shackles around your neck while you was waiting for the ship to come ship your ass over here. Come on, my nigga. Yeah. So, on that note, I'm gonna gracefully bow out. Because on that note, that just saying that the joint just got me tight, and I want to have a good night. Okay, shout out to you guys, Black Girl Magic running on the replay, brother man, Peter North, please. You know where to find me, and everybody else that's been tuning in. I know YouTube is playing with my numbers as they should be. Listen, if they wasn't doing that, then you know I'm not doing my job. Okay, as they should be. You understand? The facts is over here. The facts is over here. You want to listen to that Jesus story? You want to listen to those lies? You want to listen to the assumptions and to the beliefs? Listen. There's a plethora of false doctrines being taught all throughout the internet. You can find that. But if you want the facts, if you want the facts. Want to know about real Alkebulan history, like us being thrown in the water from the Zong Massacre? Some of you niggas is in Africa don't even know that. It's crazy. That's crazy. But you niggas know about Christopher Columbus. You niggas know about Jesus. You niggas know about Abram. You niggas know about... Listen, Jesus and Paul. We know more about Jesus and Paul than we know our own... We know more about Jesus and Paul than we know about our own goddamn mothers and fathers. You understand? We want to be so we follow Jesus and Paul more than we follow our own biological mothers and fathers. I can't make this stuff up. You are under I'm about to say a hypnotic. You are under a hypnosis. Okay, you've been hypnotized from birth. From the minute you came out the poom poom and your mother took you to get baptized and call a bare human your godfather and your godmother, you was hypnotized. You've been jacked ever since. And it's up to people like me, the Alkebulan kidnapped, the warriors, the ones that see what's going on, to break this and say, we ain't doing this. We ain't living like this. Y'all niggas is bugging. We winning. It's time. Hey, I found the problem. Shout out to the study group, because if it wasn't for you guys, I would never knew that there was an issue. Shout out to that. If it wasn't for that, I would never knew where the problem relies. If it wasn't for that, I would not know where the problem relies. I would put the blame on everything and everyone outside of the number one problem. And that is religion. Not only is religion the problem, but the fact religion is able to make black people demonize things that are black and uphold things that's European. And that, my friend, is a no-no. And with that being said, people, it's your brother man from the motherland coming to you guys live from the NY. For those that don't know who I am him, me, Junes, the NBIC, a.k.a. also known as Mr. Him. I am him. I am the I am. Me. I am the I am. I am him. Mr. Keep my foot on you heathens, you Hebrews, you heathenites, you Israelites, you Bantunites, and any other knights that want to stand in front of me and want to push a fight knowing that you're going to lose your life. You understand? I am him again. It's your brother, man. You understand? And I'ma holler at y'all. One. Honey, get ready.